So I never find cartridge-based video games at the Goodwill or flea market because it's not 2005. All I find is Wii Sports and Wii Fit, right? But not this particular day. Oh no, I find an entire Sega Master System game collection for $50. We're talking about $1.50 a game. And I filmed the entire thing. Stick around. What is up, Internet? Retro here, and welcome back to another episode of Retro Hunting.
Here we go!
Okay, I want to start out by saying, am I pumped that I got this video game collection? Yes, I'm so excited that I got this game collection, but I am frustrated, and here's why. So if you're new to the channel, you probably have seen my new series I just started, the $10 game collection, where I set off on a journey to build a game collection on just $10. Well, the frustrating part is I find this game collection the same week I start that game challenge, which means I could not buy this and put it towards that series. I think at the time I had like $20 or $22 by buying and selling things, so I can't include this. I can't. I want to cheat, but I can't. And it sucks because it would have given us a huge boost in that series, but whatever. I'm not gonna get mad. I'm not gonna get bent out of shape about it. I'm just gonna deal with it. I'm just gonna deal with the amazing collection I just found at a flea market. So I have some live footage of this, but before we get into it, if you love all things 80s and 90s nostalgia from video games, movies, toys, and more, make sure to hit that freaking subscribe button and the bell so you don't miss out on new weekly videos. Let's get into the footage. So I walk into this flea market, and the first thing I'm greeted with is this younger guy. He's probably around my age, and he tells me he watches the show, which is really, really cool that people are watching it now and people are enjoying it. And he knows, since he watches, he knows what I like. So he starts showing me around the store. Hey, I think you might be interested in this toy. You might be interested in this. And I think the first thing we find is a box of Dick Tracy cards that's sealed, never been opened. I think it's from the 90s, and I think it was like half off. So I picked that up, and then he showed me his booth, and he had this Grimace 1984, 85 Grimace bank. Really cool bank, and he's like, hey, I'll make you a great deal on anything that you see in my booth. So he goes back to the front, and I start walking around, and I don't really find anything. I see a couple cool things, but all I pick up are the Dick Tracy cards, which I think the cards were like $4, and then the Grimace bank, which was like around $4 or $5. Well, I'm about to go to the front of the store to check out, and he says, hey, I told them at the front, if you check out, the Grimace bank is yours, I'm just gonna give it to you. Which I'm like, you don't have to do that. And he's like, I wanna give it to you. So I'm like, thank you so much, man. All right, I'm checking out at that flea market where I got the Dick Tracy cards in the Grimace bank. And the guy that, it's his booth and he owns this place, he watches the show. And he says I can have the Grimace bank. He's gonna give it to me. So I thought that was pretty awesome. So he likes Hey Arnold stuff. I told him that if I find any Hey Arnold stuff that I would shoot him a text of what I find. Maybe he can just have it since he's giving me that Grimace, but it's pretty awesome, man. So I go up to the front to check out. It's a very regular day. I'm like, okay, cool. I got two pretty cool items. And he's up there again and he says, hey, did you see the Sega games?
I forgot we had some. We had a bunch of Sega games back there. I didn't figure that was
Yeah. And I'm like, Sega games? No, I didn't see any Sega games. It's like, yeah, they're like up under like this shelving booth thing, like almost like a stool type thing, and it's up under it. I'm like, yeah, I didn't see that. I'm typically pretty thorough at flea markets, like scoping out everything, seeing if I am missing anything, looking up, looking down, and I did not see this. And I'm like, no, I didn't see it. He's like, well, I'll show it to you. So we walk back there, and I don't know what to expect. It's like one of those things when you go to a garage sale and they're like, hey, do you have any old video games? And they're like, yeah, I have some. And they go in, you're like, what are they about to bring out? It could be total trash, or it could be amazing. And we walk back there, and we see a whole box of Sega Master System games. 50 in the whole box.
Which You might be up to, I don't know if you want to throw an offer if you're interested, or if you just want a couple of them out of there, I can always ask for two.
Man, okay. No, I want these. I wonder what, could you call her, or?
Yeah. See what she says, or you want to make an offer?
Let's say, will you ask her if she'll take 40?
Yeah, let me go call her fast.
Okay, cool.
My phone right here.
Okay. Here's a bunch of Sega Master System games. Phantasy Star, what? What? Okay. So they want 50. Wow. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 21, 22, 23, 27, 28 games. And I'm like, how did I miss this, first of all? And I look at it, and I think pretty immediately I see the price. It's $50 for the entire box. There is 35 games in this entire box, and I'm like, I'm kind of like speechless. I'm pretty quiet. That's how I am when I get like overwhelmed with something, is I get pretty quiet. Like I start to think, I'm kind of a processor, and I'm like, is this real right now? No, I'm not saying this is the most insane deal that anyone in YouTube has ever seen, but it's a really good deal. It's 35 games, and it comes out to like $1.57 a game or something like that. Okay, I'm still going through these at the place. This guy, he owns it. He was the one that told me to look. They were under that little bench, hidden. Like there was no way I was gonna see this. Phantasy Star, Ghostbusters, I mean, some really good titles. Some of the cards. Breaking stuff. Some of these are the ones that are just like the cards. She wants 50 firm, which is totally worth it. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. I haven't found any Sega Master System stuff in a long time. Freaking score. So I'm talking to him, and I'm like, dude, this is exactly what I'm interested in. He's like, dude, that's awesome, man. I'm so glad that I was able to show it to you. I would never have seen it had this guy not shown it to me. So thank you so much, man, for telling me about these games so I could find them. I'm really glad you did too.
If I can spell Labyrinth. Give me 1 second. Let me write your name and number down. I am at the moment not interested because I have nothing to buy it with right now.
So I'm gonna go through these with you pretty quickly. There's 35 of them, so I'm gonna go pretty quick, and I'm gonna try to show you guys what they retail for, how much they're worth, and then at the end show you the grand total, what I paid, and what they're all worth together. So let's get into it. So the first game is California Games. Also, I failed to mention that we had a Sega Master System growing up. My first system I ever played was the Sega Genesis. We had this, but it was like buried back in like a closet or something like that. And I didn't play the Sega Master System until I was like 5 or 6. I played the Genesis when I was like 3 or 4 years old. But there are a couple games I remember playing growing up with. But the first one is California Games. Hey dude, get ready for the ultimate rad video. Classic 80s stuff. California Games, number 1. John Madden Football 93. So that obviously isn't a great one. This is one that I grew up playing. Choplifter. Really fun game. Sega Master System graphics, I think, are better than the NES. I know it's crazy to say, but I really do think so. Space Harrier. This is a classic game on the Sega Master System. Rocky. Never played this before. Never played that. I've played this one. Shooting Gallery. This is like their, oh, I didn't even mean to do that. Like their kind of equivalent to Duck Hunt, I believe. Then we got Global Defense. Now, not all of these have, well, this one does. Not all of these have manuals, but a lot of them do. And then we got Penguin Land. Looks kind of interesting. Miracle Warriors, I've never played that one before. Looks like an RPG of some type. Well, yeah, adventure role-playing game. Pro Wrestling. I don't know if that is the same that is on the NES. Y'all tell me down in the comments below if it is. Classic Monopoly. I think every system ever made had Monopoly on it. Definitely played this one. Where in the world is Carbon San Diego? That needs to be revived. I think this is dead, and it needs to be revived. Probably one of the better ones in the group, Phantasy Star. I saw this one and knew that this was worth it. Now, obviously, it's worth it because it's 35 games, but I saw this and I was like, holy crap, this is like 70, 80 bucks. Phantasy Star. Here are whoa. Okay. Here are a couple of the card games. So there's like a card slot in the Master System. We got Spy versus Spy. I don't know if that glare is on that. Spy versus Spy. Transbot. I don't know what this is. Looks kind of cool. Robot-esque. F-16 Fighting Falcon. Cool. Afterburner. Alright, we're about halfway through. Here's two crappy ones, and these are actually Genesis games. Triple Play 96 and John Madden Football. Just John Madden Football. Okay. Then we got NBA Live 95. So again, NBA Live 96. These are $5 games, not worth anything. Still cool to find and to have. Black belts. Every game back then, or every system had to have black belt karate type game. World Grand Prix. These games were always pretty fun. I don't have a Sega Master System, so that's my next thing to get. All right, I loved this game. I played this with my dad all the time growing up. Gangster Town. It was a light gun. Ooh, light phaser gun. Don't want to mess that up. The Sega gun. Played this one too. Hang On and Safari Hunt. I think this was like a pack-in game for a lot of the consoles. Then we got Shinobi Classic game. This one was very, very, very fun. I played this one as well. Fantasy Zone 2. I played one. I can't remember which one I played. Fantasy Zone. I think this one has a little bit of value. This was one of the first ones I saw whenever I was going through them. Ghostbusters for the Master System. Classic Wonder Boy. I think there are 3 Wonder Boy games on the Sega Master System. Tell me down below if you know that. Okay, getting down to the very end. Fatal Labyrinth. Looks like another, like a dungeon crawler maybe. That's a Genesis game, so that's not even a Master System game, but yeah, I wonder why some of these Sega games are in here. Reggie Jackson Baseball. Me and my dad played this so much. We loved baseball games back in the 80s and the 90s. Walter Payton Football. I don't know anything about that one. Classic Outrun. Outrun is so good. 2 more. We got, looks like another Genesis game. Pit Fighter. Terrible game. Such a bad game. I played that mostly on the SNES, and it was so bad. And lastly, Genesis game? Bomber Raid. No, it's a Master System game. Most of them always look like this. I don't know why that one looks like that with the black. Bomber Raid. Guys, an entire Sega Master System collection for $50. I think the total ends up being like $58 because I bought those Dick Tracy cards, so with tax, $54, $55 for an entire Sega Master System game collection, which is crazy because I never see Master System stuff at all, like ever. I don't have a Sega Master System. I'm gonna have to figure that out. But anyway, guys, tell me down below, what's your favorite Sega Master System game? Does it compare to the NES? Guys, thank you as always for hanging out. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Until next time, peace.